Recording. Guys, I'm starting with the discussion of the topic of sign of a quadratic equation. Okay. Now, let us understand this sign of a quadratic expression, rather, not quadratic equation, quadratic expression. Now, what is quadratic expression? Quadratic expression is this without equal to zero. There is no equal to because it's not an equation. So, it's a quadratic expression. So, there is no equal to over here. Okay. So, now see, in a quadratic expression, if a is greater than 0 and d is lesser than 0, then this entire quadratic expression is going to be positive. You put any value of x over here, it is going to be positive. And if a is less than 0 and d is less than 0, the quadratic expression is going to be negative. Okay. So this is first and foremost thing that you need to know in sign of a quadratic expression. Fine. I'll take two examples which will clear this particular concept. Okay. So first case and second case I have given you. A greater than 0, D lesser than 0, positive. Quadratic expression is positive. A lesser than 0, D is delta, guys, D is delta. Delta is equal to B square minus 4AC, okay? And if delta is lesser than 0, then the A is lesser than 0, delta lesser than 0, then it is negative, okay? So two examples to clear the concept. Now we need to find out the sign of this quadratic expression. Meaning, you put any value of x, the final answer will be what? Will it be positive or negative? That is what we need to understand. So a is 1, b is equal to minus 3, c is equal to 6. Okay. So now see, first we'll find out delta, b square minus 4ac. D means delta. Okay. So that is equal to minus 3 square whole square minus 4 ac. Okay. So 9 minus 24. Okay. So this value is lesser than 0. Delta is lesser than 0. D is lesser than 0. Okay. But then A is greater than 0. So what is the sign of this quadratic expression? What is the sign of this quadratic expression? Positive. It is going to be positive. Meaning you put any value of x over here, it is going to be positive. The final answer of this expression is going to be positive. Guys, just give me a feedback. Have you understood this? Yes or no? Okay. Next one. Second example, 4x minus x square minus 6. 4x minus x square minus 6. Okay. First, I'll just rearrange this. Always write this in a proper format. Ax square plus bx plus c. A is minus 1, b is 4, and c is 6. Okay. B is 4. First, I'll calculate b square minus 4ac, which is delta. Okay. B square minus 4ac. Okay. One second, I just made a small error. Yeah, sorry. So this is minus 6 over here. So 16, 3 minus signs are there. So this will be minus 24. Okay. So this is going to be lesser than 0. So D delta is lesser than 0. A is lesser than 0. Okay. First and foremost, you should write the expression in a proper format, ax square plus bx plus c. So guys, what is the sign of this quadratic expression? What is the sign of this quadratic expression? Negative. Okay. So sign of this quadratic expression is negative. You put any value of x. You put any value of x over here. The final answer is going to be negative. Okay. Now there are two special cases. We'll understand those special cases as well. Okay. Special case one. Special case one. Okay. 3x square minus 6x plus 3. So a is equal to 3, b is equal to minus 6, c is equal to 3. So first we'll calculate delta. b square minus 4ac, delta is d for determinant. Okay, minus 6 the whole square minus 4ac. A is 3, c is also 3. So this is 36 minus, how much is this? 36, right? So delta equal to 0. So d is not lesser than 0, it is equal to 0. So the note which I have given you, this note which I have given you, will it work in this situation? For this case, will it work? No, absolutely not. So we are going to simplify this. Okay. So take 3 x square minus 2x plus 1, 3 x square minus x plus 1, 3 x minus 1 minus 1 x minus 1. So 3 into x minus 1 into x minus 1, 3 into x minus 1 the whole square. Okay, so this is simplified to this. Now guys, apply some logic over here. Okay, the critical value is 1 because 1 minus 1 is 0, x minus 1 equal to 0, so x is equal to 1, 1 is the critical value. So if x is equal to 1, what is the expression? Value of the expression will be 0. Say yes if you agree with me. This is the expression, simplified form of this. If x is equal to 1, value of the expression is 0. For x, any other value greater than 1, lesser than 1, any other value, what will be the value of the expression? You put any other value which is greater than 1 or lesser than 1, or rather which is not equal to 1. You put it over here. Will it be positive or negative or 0? It is going to be positive. It's based on analysis. So see, if you put any value of x which is not equal to 1 in this, the square is going to make it positive. Square of x minus 1 will be positive, and positive into positive 3 will be positive only. So sign, in this special case, the sign of this quadratic expression is either 0, which is not having any sign, or positive. So you need to elaborate that the quadratic expression will not have any sign when x is equal to 1, and it will have sign positive if x is not equal to 1. That means it is greater than or less than 1. You understood this special case? You understood the special case? Yeah, now special case 2. I hope everybody has copied this. Special case 2. Okay. 2 minus x square. So first I'll rearrange minus x square minus x plus 2. Okay. So a equal to minus 1, b equal to minus 1, c equal to 2. Right? Now b square minus 4ac, which is delta. Okay. Minus 1 the whole square minus 4 a and c. So 1 plus, this is going to be plus 8, which is 9. So delta is greater than 0. So we are observing that delta is greater than 0. So if delta is greater than 0, is this node going to work? This particular node, will it work? Absolutely not. This node is only for delta lesser than 0. Okay, then we need to do something else. Okay, so that I will be teaching you. Okay, so this I will write once again on the next slide. Minus x square minus x plus 2 So this is the quadratic expression. Take minus sign common. X square plus x minus 2. Factorize x square plus 2x minus x minus 2. X x plus 2 minus 1 x plus 2 minus of x minus 1 x plus 2. Now I would personally recommend don't keep this minus sign over here. Okay, take it inside any of the bracket. Okay, so don't just keep this minus sign over here. You can keep it, but then I would recommend don't do that. Okay, take this minus sign inside this bracket. So what is minus of x minus 1? Anyone? What is minus of x minus 1? 1 minus x, correct. This is going to be 1 minus x. Now I'll teach something which is somewhat familiar for all of you. Okay, so critical values equate each and every bracket to 0. Critical values minus 2 and 1. Clear? Did you understand? Now take any value in any one of the region. I'll take 10. So put x equal to 10 in 1 minus x and x plus 2. So 1 minus 10, 10 plus 2, minus 9 into 20. So this is a negative value. Okay, we don't have to bother about the value. We just need to understand what is the sign. So what is the sign? Negative. So this region will be what? Anyone? This region will be what? Negative. Correct. This is going to be positive and this is going to be negative. Yeah, it's 12. I'm sorry. Sorry. I just multiplied. Chalo, never mind, but then it's negative, right? Even if it is 12, it is negative, right? Minus 9 into 12. Okay. Now comes the main part. Now comes the main part. The value of this is this. Do you agree? The simplified version. Do you agree with me? Okay. Now be very, very, very attentive. Okay. Now I'm going to erase something. I hope everybody has noted down this. If not, then you can go back to the recording and watch. Okay. Now I'll just keep that diagram number line in front of you. Okay. Negative. So this expression is negative. Okay. The expression, this means this expression is negative. When it is negative, when x belongs to minus infinity comma minus 2 union 1 to infinity. Here and here. Did you understand? This time we are not checking for greater than 0, greater than or equal to, less than 0, less than or equal to. These things are not there. Okay. We just saw that negative, when it is negative, the expression is negative. This expression is negative when x is between this value and this value. Response. Okay. Yes, I'll answer that particular query also. I'll answer. Now this expression is positive. This expression is positive when x belongs to minus 2 comma 1. Okay, minus 2 comma 1. Clear? Now let us put this critical values over here. This critical values, now you put it over here and here, one at a time. Will it give you 0? Will it give you 0? Yes. Okay. So this is quite tricky, I should say. So the third case, the value of the expression is 0 or it does not have any sign when at the critical values. So expression is 0. That means there is no sign when at x belongs to critical values 1 and -2. So the expression is positive when x belongs to -2 comma 1. Expression is negative when this particular thing, an expression value is exactly equal to 0, because if you put the critical values over here, any one of the critical value at a time in this expression, the answer is going to be 0. So it is going to be signless. Feedback, please. Yes, everyone, please, those who are attending, this is not going to be done tomorrow. Obviously, you'll have to watch the YouTube session. Okay. Now some extra problems I'm doing based on this, some extra problems. Okay. 2, 3 extra problems, that's it on this. So the first extra problem, okay. So they are saying the question is 2x square plus kx plus 2 is greater than 0. That means the expression is greater than 0, positive. Expression is always positive. Find out k. Find out k. Now, if the expression is positive, since now the solution I will write, expression is positive, a is greater than 0 and d is lesser than 0. If the expression is positive, if the expression is positive, a is greater than 0, d is lesser than 0. Okay. Now what is a? A is 2. 2 is greater than 0. Okay. This is a true condition, but then we are not getting the value of k from this. Okay. Now d. What is d? Delta b square minus 4ac. So b square minus 4ac. A and c are 2. Okay. K square minus 16 lesser than 0. Understood till here, everyone? Okay. Hey, now don't do this, huh? This is inequalities. Don't do this. Absolutely wrong. Okay. So factorize this. K plus 4 into k minus 4 less than 0. Now these things so you already know. Critical values. Put x equal to 10. If I put x is equal to 10 in this is going to be positive or negative. Expression will be positive or negative if x is equal to 10. K is equal to 10 then. It is going to be positive. Okay. Then negative. Then positive. But then this time, unlike the previous problem, less than 0. What is the meaning of less than 0? Negative. And that interval is over here. So k value lies between -4 and 4. Will it include -4 and 4? Why? There is no equal to over here. There is no equal to over here. Fine. Yeah. Second question, extra question. Okay. So now find A if x square minus a plus 2 x plus 4 is always positive. Positive means greater than 0. Okay. Since it is always positive, expression is always, this is expression, this is not an equation. A is greater than 0 and D is lesser than 0. A is 1 in this case, so 1 greater than 0, which is true, but then we will not get A over here. D is delta, B square minus 4AC lesser than 0. So B square, what is B square? Minus A plus 2 the whole square minus 4 AC. A is 1, C is 4, less than 0. Now you solve this, you simplify this. So negative square is gone. So this is A plus 2 the whole square minus 16 lesser than 0. Okay, right? So A plus 2 the whole square minus 4 square lesser than 0. Now what you can do? Otherwise you can just open the brackets also over here, not a problem. So A square minus B square, A plus B, A minus B, A plus B, A minus B. So A plus B and A minus B is lesser than 0. Okay, A square minus B square. A plus 6, A minus 2 less than 0. Now this is self-study because you know this. Okay, can I trust you guys on this? Yes or no? Critical values and so on and so forth, all these things we have done. Fine. One extra problem, you can copy it down. I'm not solving this. Okay, you can copy the problem. I'll not solve, I'll just give you the question. You can practice it at home. Okay, find A if x square minus 3a minus 1 x plus 2a square minus plus 2a minus 11 is always positive. So solution I'm not giving, you can just solve this. You can copy the question, solve it at home for practice. One more extra problem. Okay, find values of x for which 12x square plus 7x minus 10 is always negative. 12x square plus 7x minus 10 is always negative. Solution, since 12x square plus 7x minus 10, this expression is always negative. Negative means what? Greater than 0 or lesser than 0? Greater than 0 or lesser than 0? Correct, less than 0. Okay, now this time we are supposed to find out the values of x, right? This expression is less than 0, correct? So factorize this. 12x square. This is minus 120, okay? 12 into minus 10 is minus 120. 15 and 8 plus and minus because there is plus over here, so greater number gets plus. 15x minus 8x minus 10 less than 0. Okay, simple factorization. What is common over here? 3 is common. 3x. So 4x plus 5 minus 2. 4x plus 5 less than 0. So 3x minus 2, 4x plus 5 is less than 0. 3x minus 2, 4x plus 5 is less than 0. Okay. Critical values 2 by 3 and minus 4 by 5. Okay. Right. Now, can you just solve this and get the values of x? Okay. Minus 5 by 4. Sorry. Correct. Thank you. So my question to all of you is, can you solve this further and get the values of x? The interval of x. Okay. Right. So that is the nature of the question. The only thing over here is where students go wrong. They write a is greater than 0 and d is less than 0. Correct. Now a is greater than 0, a is 12. So 12 is greater than 0. Correct. Now delta value they calculate b square minus 4ac. That also will be lesser than 0. But in this problem, we are supposed to find out the values of x, not any unknown constant like the previous problem. That's the reason why I did not use this. Okay. I did not use this because this will any which ways be true. Then when to use this? We'll use this when there are some unknown constants. Okay. Like for example, in this problem, this is also true, but then we are finding out the value of unknown constant. So we are using this a greater than 0, d less than 0. Okay. In this problem also, we are finding out the value of a. So we are using this note. But then in this problem, this particular question, we are finding out the values of x. Okay. So no need of using this. One last question based on this. X square plus 4ax plus 2 is greater than 0. Given. Find a. Okay. My first question to all of you. Should I use this note? A greater than 0 and d less than 0. Should I use this or not? This is a true note, but then should I use this or not? Yes, I will use this because we are finding out the value of the unknown constant. We are not finding out the value of x. Okay. Did you understand this, everyone? Right?